here back and forth. I mean, do pediatricians get incentivized with percent vaccination of their?
Yes. Dr. Paul Thomas has done a very good video on that, and many other pediatricians have followed. Maybe Dr. Hooker could answer better on that.
Yeah, they're typically incentivized directly by HMOs. HMOs buy and sell vaccines, so vaccines are big businesses for HMOs. But the incentivization is usually anywhere from $200 to $600 per fully vaccinated patient, as long as their vaccines, a certain percentage of their practice is fully vaccinated. So some pediatricians can make upwards to $1 million or more a year just in those incentives.
I've also heard stories of pediatricians basically firing patients because they won't get vaccinated, because
that is correct.
We hear that story over and over again. And also the lies that the pediatrician tell us that our baby will die if we don't get vitamin K at birth. The baby will bleed out before it gets to the car. And these stories, if you don't get the HPV vaccine, then you will die of cancer. These parents have told us these stories, and they're the same over and over again. How can they get away with lying like that to us, the parents?
Started. Got too busy sharing and answering questions, which is the news. Parliamentary Finance for NENA, a high government committee to follow up on the implementation of the agreement with the Kurdistan region. I told you they were forming one. They have been meeting. They were working on it again yesterday, dotting I's, crossing T's, going through accounts, the cost, the delivery, etc. It is well underway. That's a positive. We see real, oh man, wait till we get into some of the numbers as to why they're doing these. U.S. accelerates troop withdrawal from 2 bases in Iraq ahead of the schedule. Like Trump said, we'll leave when we're paid. I don't know how would it help if I tried to jump up on the desk and do a dance to show you guys how excited I am about that one. Am I not screaming loud enough to explain how excited I am about that one? Perhaps staying too monotone. Guys, I am really excited about this. This one story should have you guys bouncing like pretty much all over the place. So you understood, but if it is all at once in public, then no NDA, correct. Nate, I do not expect an NDA. The only NDA that I am being told is a possibility is on your projects. We might be surprised. I would not waste another moment thinking about it. I mean, come on. Stop, drop, think about it. Most likely you won't have one. Worst case, you do have one, and you have to shut your mouth for a little while. Let's see. Billions of dollars, a life for my family, my children, future generations. Could I be quiet for that? Anybody that can't be quiet for that, you got real issues. I do not know why anybody's worried about that one right now anymore. It's better not to talk anyways, for your own safety. Baghdad is escalating. The government imposes protective duties on imports, including Jordanian products. This one was a pretty good one. Imports to protect manufacturers, local businesses. They're using tariffs, and they're talking about how effective they are at doing this, how to protect local manufacturing, local goods, local employees, and its overall benefit on the economy. It's almost like they've been paying attention to Trump or history. Tariffs are not necessarily a bad thing unless they just get out of hand. And here's a great example as economists from around the world discuss how positive tariffs can be. The U.S. was pretty much the only country not using them effectively. They were being used against us very well. Oil announces the loading of the largest liquefied natural gas tanker with 20,000 tons for export. It has started. They have renovated, upfitted, and are loading their first mega tanker with 20,000 tons of natural gas. The change here is huge. In just the last couple of short years, they have covered majority of their gas needs in country. They still do get some from out where it is more convenient to come across the border from another country while they finish updating their infrastructure. This is one of their white paper reforms. This is one of the reforms they would told us would allow them to raise the purchasing power of all Iraqis. So I'm just watching them tick off on the checklist. America threatens Baghdad. Only 3 weeks to disarm the Popular Mobilization Forces or sanctions. This is a big one. They want the Popular Mobilizations folded in. At the same time, we're getting some Wait, wrong story. Let's switch this one over here. Source confirms the Wait, can I get this? The Popular Mobilization Force law will be postponed till after the 2025 election. So we're getting some real yo-yo news back and forth. Hey, wait, it's supposed to be done in 3 weeks. Hey, wait, they're not going to do it until November. Hey, wait, it's going to be done in 3 weeks. Guys, very atypical to what we saw in Kuwait. Wait and let this story develop before you worry. Big rise, more than 300,000 barrels per day of Iraq's oil exports to the United States. Anybody want to do the math on that one? What was that, $20 million, $21 million a day, something like that in trade? That's a chunk. Also explains how interested the U.S. is in Iraq. Trump has been positioning the U.S. to be the de facto energy country of the world. From updating refineries to, and he's got a lot more on that planned, which is like cool because I've been screaming it for years what we need to do, and he's doing it with industry. 300,000 barrels. They're taking, processing other people's oil, selling ours, developing infrastructure. Trump knows that for the world to modernize, as other parts, even as the BRICS nations come to maturity and stability, he's banking on it. Almost his entire approach to politics has been business. It's neat to watch. Neat to watch. All right, that's what I wanted to cover out of Iraq on the RV front. Belinda, I think it's a very good exercise. I've been looking online at houses. Bond news updates over the weekend. I am very hopeful, Banana. I have a call late. Actually, it's more like late evening because of the time difference. But I do have a bond call scheduled this evening with a group for their update. I will share what I'm allowed to share when that happens tomorrow morning with you guys. Oh, I think BlackRock is going to be pooping up a lot of Sam Fleming asking, what do you think the RV effects will be on BlackRock, in your opinion? I think they're going to be giving up a lot of properties to the American people. I've been watching. I very much believe are going at once. Do I think every currency in the world is going to go at once? No. I believe that there are some that simply aren't ready. In that, I'm referencing like a Mongolian currency, an Afghanistan currency, probably a Syrian currency. There are certain countries, Congo, many of the Central African currencies just aren't ready. The nations aren't ready. Stability's not there. Infrastructure's not there. But all the big ones that we've been watching, do I think Dinar, Dong, Indonesia, all those are going at once? That's my belief. It is not based on anything inside. It's an opinion. Take it for what it is. Education, entertainment, whatever you want to consider that one.
School bus driver just said Carrot Top knows you. Carrot Top is the person whose chat Sudani was on. She knows you. You should feel special.
Is she watching your blood?
No. Somebody just said that she knows you. You should feel special that she knows you.
Well, thank you anyway.
Yeah, you're special, right?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, so we got 281 people on.
Okay.
So if you wanna, people that don't know Majeed, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Tell them about yourself, the people that don't know you, and then I'll just let you talk, and then we'll just do a Q&A. Is that cool?
I mean, there's nothing else to introduce except my account on X. That's it. I'm in the Middle East in Saudi Arabia. That's it.
And he's the shit.
Oh, no. If you ask me the question, I'll give it to you.
So, do you wanna let's do these two things. First of all, let's talk about the extension and what, in our opinion, we think is going on with that. Let's start with that. Can you tell them what your thoughts are on the extension that they're supposedly doing?
On August 13, the CBI announced the preparation for banking reform took many months to prepare. and it's time for implementation. On August 15, they announced on their TV, now we are implementing the banking reform. On August 17 or 19, they announced the banking reform has been adopted by the CBI, meaning it's done. I mean, even on March, Iraq kept saying the whole month of March, we're releasing the digital dinar. That means it's already been prepared with the new rate and everything. And now they're just waiting for US to flip the switch. And their deadline is actually August 31st. If they want to extend, what is it for if the banking reform is already done? You see what I'm saying?
Do you guys hear?
It's already done.
So the what people were saying as far as the September 28th, September 31st extension, you don't believe in that?
No.
In your opinion, you think it's smoke?
Yeah. That's a complete bullshit.
Do you guys hear that? Now, as far
if the banking reform is done on August 19, what's the point of extending? I mean, the CBI themselves announced the banking reform has been adopted by the CBI.
yes, and that the article came out that they said that they would not violate the deadline because they don't want to lose their sovereignty.
Exactly. So they said it, and they've done everything. And they announced ending the banking reform. It's already done, implemented. Look, I'm going to say it again. August 13, the CBI announced the preparation for banking reform took many months to finish it. Now it's time for implementation. On August 15, they announced, now we are implementing the banking reform. On August 17 or 19, they announced this, the CBI has adopted the banking reform. What you waiting for? If they're gonna extend until the end of September, what is it for?
Exactly, and they met all the requirements to go into the WTO. So all the new requirements means tradable, convertible, non-sanctioned currency. Well, 1310 is a sanctioned program rate, correct, Majeed?
Yeah, everything is done. Banking reform done. Digital dinar is already done since March. Now they finished all the paper to join WTO. And the U.S. military is leaving Iraq and going to Kuwait. They're not going to leave until they get paid. And even Iraq announced by September 1st, the military base for U.S. will be empty from U.S. forces by September 1st. That means the last soldier will leave on September 1st. But the first one is not going to go to Kuwait until they get paid.
Do you guys hear what he's saying?
So everything is going to happen on August. That's my personal opinion.
So they're asking, my league is asking, what switch does the USA have to flip?
They're going to flip to the new financial system. Iraq is completely ready to go to the new financial system.
Now, do you believe all the currencies are going to go together?
Yeah, bonds, currencies, crypto.
All together. Cali Babe is asking, so what do you think the holdup is, Majeed?
When U.S. gives the green light, I don't know what Trump is holding it for. Who knows? But I'm saying they're just waiting for U.S. to give the signal.
So it is up to the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in your opinion, do you think they're going to start out at a 1-to-1?
No. No. And no floating rate. Fixed rate.
Does the Iraqi resolution have to be adopted? Mike White is asking.
Again, what?
Does the Iraqi resolution have to be adopted?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Hold on. Then I'm going to go to another question. The president of Iraq was on television saying that it's time for his people to have purchasing power. He's talking about Rashid, President Rashid.
When did he say that?
Yesterday.
Where's the video? I mean, somebody's claiming that, where's the evidence?
There's an article. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
There is an article, yeah. So it is going to be a reinstatement.
Yes. Fixed rate, no floating rate.
Jacqueline Suarez is asking, in your opinion, what do you think the rate would be? In your opinion, Majeed?
Well, I'm not going to give any rate. Sorry.
He's not giving a rate. But it's going to be, in our opinion, it's going to be, let's just say, reinstatement plus inflation. Do you agree with that?
Again, what?
Reinstated rate plus inflation. We'll say that, but we're just not going to give a number.
Yeah, that could be right.
Okay. Miss Jeannie, we just speculated. It's going to be reinstatement with add inflation. Sorry, we just can't give a rate. This Betsy Ross is asking, so Ariel's pilot idea, is that wrong? I don't even know what that pilot idea is.
Again, what?
Something about Ariel's pilot idea?
What the hell is that?
I don't know. Hold on. Is P's V and D going at the same time? Yes, he answered that. He said yes. Are they Article 8 compliant? Isn't that a stipulation? In my opinion, they are Article 8 compliant. What do you think, Majeed?
What's Article 8?
Article 8 is mean that their currency is fully convertible and tradable on Forex through the IMF.
Yeah, I mean, that's been happening since 2005. That's why you're able to purchase Iraq dinar and sell it if you want to. But now, Forex, sanction is different than restriction. Way different.
So,
if a currency is being restricted, that means you cannot purchase it or sell it. But sanctions, that means you have some problem going on in the country, whether it was corruption, terrorism, whatever it is. They would actually ban you from using the international monetary system or the currency converting system, which is Forex. So now people are able to purchase the Iraqi dinar every single day or sell it. That's been happening since 2005. When the sanction is removed, that's a different thing.
yeah, and we have the article. We remember we went over it yesterday, Majeed. That
Yeah.
they're fully convertible. I'll post it, guys. I'll post it, and then he'll post it on his page on X too. Mel Medina, do you think August? In your opinion, Majeed? Yes.
Yes.
Rand is asking, who's Majeed? Majeed is a researcher from Saudi Arabia who's very knowledgeable about the whole Iraqi dinar monetary reform. Pete, what about the Iraqi elections? What do you think about that? Do you think Sudani will be reelected?
No, he's 2.0.
And you obviously don't think we're waiting for the elections to get a new rate, correct, Majeed, in your opinion?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. They want to know, Edward D., has the rates been posted in the Iraqi public papers yet?
No, I mean, I have two people from Iraq, and I keep asking them almost every day, and they told me nothing happened. And I have one of them who went to a currency exchange center there, and he asked them, they told him, we haven't heard anything about revaluation so far. I mean, these are normal people. I don't think the government would inform them until it happens.
Okay, let's see, hold on. Matt Riley, when the switch is flipped, our system will change as well. The entire world may switch to a blockchain system. Do you agree with that?
Yes, it will be based on crypto.
It's all going to be digital.
Yes. People still have cash for a few years until they are fully aware of the new financial system.
What about the lower denoms? They want to know, Majeed, about the low. I'm going to end the other stream. They want to know about the lower denoms. What's going on with the lower denoms?
Once Iraq changes the rate, they're going to release these notes to the market.
But they haven't been released yet.
No, they haven't.
So how about this Handle Forex, that the Iraqi dinar is on Handle Forex at 147, and that the Iraqi citizens are changing their dinars? Is that true?
No.
All right, just wanted
Where the hell do people come up with these stuff?
Well, that's what's being told to people, Majeed.
I paid zero for Intel. It is worth approximately $11 billion. All goes to the USA. Why are stupid people unhappy with that? I will make deals like that for our country all day long. I will also help those companies that make such lucrative deals with the United States. I love seeing their stock price go up, making the USA richer and richer. More jobs for America. Who would not want to make deals like that? President Donald Trump.
Hamas had already agreed with every single U.S. proposal to end the war. Netanyahu is the obstacle. Gaza deal possible, but Netanyahu is preventing it. Top Hamas official Mahmoud Mardawi. He wants to continue war in order to achieve his political goals inside the occupied territories. Hamas agreed without any reservations to Egyptian, Qatari proposals supported by the U.S.
Tony TNT notes from today, 8/25/2025. Tony has been doing calls later as his info has been coming in later. Nothing happened over the weekend, but it is still ongoing, and I've been told that the rate is in place, the banks have it, and rates have to be displayed on the telescreens. Today, Tony at 5 a.m. got a call that told him, "Today is our day, today is it. It has been released in country. Our USA military is to be out of Iraq by the 27th of August, and upon that withdrawal of troops, the exchange rate will go public. This is supposed to happen by 9/1/2025, but they set a date that it should be done by 8/27/25, and upon that happening, it should go public. They said we should go to the bank this evening or all day tomorrow." After that call, Tony got info from banking people who said the same thing. Internally and externally, everything is being settled with the new rates. All transactions are being settled at the new rate in the system. So as far as the banking system is concerned globally, they do have the new rate. They said the Forex is to reveal the rate between the 26th of August and the 3rd of September, but it is already happening internally in the bank. Tony said he sent this info to all his sources, but they told him it was all old news and it is all done and over with. A guy in Iraq said it was in their newspaper, on their TVs. Tell the people the new rate was there. Supposed to be live there in the country at around 1.18. We still do not have it yet. I do not have 800 numbers. Have not heard anything from the banks yet. Tony tried to wait as long as he could before making this call, but we have heard nothing from the banks, which is a good thing, because he hopes that everyone is just being quiet right now. All the rates are there. It is just a matter of us being right down to the 800 number and us getting started. Tony does not know why we do not have those numbers. Everyone is extremely quiet, and maybe they need to be right here at the last moment. He is hoping that is the reason. Iraq is extremely happy and satisfied. We are not at the bank, but we are going. The rates are still the rates. He really does not know what else to tell us, because if they are seeing it on their news, and Tony has it from at least 3 people in Iraq that it is and has been, so we are waiting on the banks to go, but the banks have not yet updated their own people. That is why we do not have anything. They have been quiet at every level within the bank today. Tony hopes that by sometime tonight we will get the 800 numbers and get started in the morning. For some reason, when you put in IQD on XE, it shows a $2 and something rate. He does not know why, but tells people to try it for themselves. Shows a rate of 2.71, but if you go down to XE IQSD to USD, it shows the old rate, but maybe they are getting prepared. We hope to see it. We will see. They may know something we do not know. All other numbers are good. After we are done with this, Syria has announced to remove 2 zeros off their currency in December. In another 3 months, we can do this all over again with Syria.
Very quickly, a security expert comments on the U.S. forces' evacuation of bases in Iraq. Security Al-Farat News. Security expert Abdul Karim Khalaf commented on the U.S. forces' evacuation of their military bases in Iraq, stressing that the withdrawal occurred with unexpected speed. The useful summary. In the important news, you can find it on the Euphrates News channel on Telegram during his appearance on the Free Talk program, and the message stopped there. This was posted by Walter on August 25, 2025 at 23:12. This unexpected speed-up is both a political message, PMF disarmament and Iran pressure, and a sovereignty marker, Iraq standing on its own, potentially linked to the final stages of reforms. The timing alongside CBI announcements on currency fluidity and correspondent banks suggests Iraq is preparing to operate without U.S. security cover. This was posted by Coach Timothy on X.
Gesara History and Timeline, 24 August 2025. The Gesara Law. Revealed, the St. Germain Trust, the $1 trillion fund behind Nesara, Gesara, and the Global Reset, the final blow to the elite's fiat empire. The St. Germain Trust isn't a myth, it's the world's most suppressed financial weapon. Trillions in gold, hidden for the people, hijacked by the elite. But in 2025, the lock breaks. Nesara and Gesara isn't a promise, it's the reset they can't stop and the justice they can't escape. The world's most powerful trust fund was never a myth. It was a target. Behind the curtains of global finance, beyond the public-facing banks and beneath centuries of debt and deception, lies a financial force unlike anything the world has ever been allowed to access: the St. Germain Trust. This isn't folklore. This isn't fantasy. This is a real, legally structured, multi-trillion-dollar financial trust engineered for one singular mission: to rebuild humanity after centuries of economic slavery. It is the financial engine of Nesara and Gesara, and it has been the target of theft, sabotage, and global suppression by the very elites it was designed to dismantle. And now, in 2025, it's finally moving. What is the St. Germain Trust? The St. Germain Trust is a massive global trust fund backed by real physical gold and precious assets accumulated and secured over generations. Designed to operate outside central banking systems, it was built with the purpose of restructuring planetary wealth after the fall of the fiat debt model. Unlike speculative platforms or digital tokens, the St. Germain Trust is tied to hard assets and intended for real disbursement to the people. Not corporations, not governments, not think tanks, but the global population. It exists, it is structured, and its silence has never meant absence, only strategic delay. Its purpose is total restitution. The Trust's mission is crystal clear: eliminate national and individual debt, restore stolen generational wealth, fund Nesara, National Economic Security and Recovery Act, in the U.S., power Gesara, Global Economic Security and Recovery Act, internationally, deliver monthly stipends and structured wealth redistribution, finance humanity-driven systems, real education, clean energy, medbeds, healing tech, and sovereign governance. This isn't welfare, this isn't aid, this is restitution. This is justice in financial form. Why hasn't the world seen it until now? Because the system that controls you has no intention of freeing you. For decades, global banks, the Federal Reserve, the IMF, the Vatican, and intelligence agencies have worked in unison to suppress this trust, interfere with its release, and smear any mention of it as dangerous disinformation. Why? Because it threatens their existence. The moment this trust is released, their power is gone, and they know it. They tried, they infiltrated, they threatened whistleblowers, they buried documentation, they assassinated those who got too close. But the structure held, the assets were hidden, the codes were secured, and in 2025, it's too late for them to stop it. This isn't a fairy tale, this is a financial coup for the people. The St. Germain Trust isn't coming, it's already here. Its activation is a process, not an announcement. And if you're still waiting for CNN to confirm it, you'll be the last to know and the last to benefit. This is about being awake, informed, and ready, not just spiritually, but strategically. You were never supposed to own land. You were never supposed to be debt-free. You were never supposed to retire with dignity. But now you will. Not because they gave it to you, but because you took it back.
Trump is conducting a strong messaging campaign to bring maximum attention to the crime reduction in D.C. thanks to the National Guard and federal presence. Trump is making sure the public sees that he is stopping crime, so they will accept him replicating this in cities nationwide. This was always the plan. Trump has to deploy the National Guard to Democrat-run cities nationwide, but not make it seem like a military takeover.
Trump is doing it nice and slow to avoid creating widespread panic. After Trump has the NG deployed in cities nationwide, not only will crime be significantly reduced, but Trump will have a standing deterrent on hand to address any backlash for upcoming high-profile arrests related to Russiagate and the grand conspiracy case. It's beautiful. Forwarded by BIOCLANDESTINE.
Thousands of people were startled by the same eerie sight because behind the moon, a giant human face appeared. At first, many thought it was just an illusion or a camera trick, but then photos and videos from different locations started flooding the internet, and every single one showed the same thing: a face, clear as day, staring straight at Earth. Scientists cautiously suggested it could be an atmospheric refraction or overlapping shadows between the moon and Earth's atmosphere. If that's a face, has it been watching us all along? What's even stranger, AI-enhanced images revealed that the face seemed to move. The mouth appeared slightly open, almost as if trying to speak. This instantly reminded people of ancient legends. The moon isn't just a satellite, but an eye watching Earth. So, what does this face mean? Is it just a cosmic illusion or a message from beyond? Whatever the truth is, one thing is certain. Last night's moon will be remembered as one of the
Maximum alert. Glenn Beck warns the Great Reset is being reset. Trump's America First revolution just fired the first shot in the war to collapse the globalist economic machine, dismantling Davos power and restoring sovereignty to the people. The reset that was never theirs to own. For over a decade, the World Economic Forum sold the illusion of inevitability. The message was clear: the world will centralize, sovereignty will die. The post-WW2 order will be replaced with a tech-governed, globally controlled, sustainable society with zero input from the average citizen. It was marketed as progress, but behind the branding and TED-style speeches was a deep contempt for democracy, identity, and national power.
Joy Reid says the Roman Empire collapsed because they didn't have enough diversity. When Your Stupidity Knows No Bounds, by Johnny Midnight on X.
Laughter is the soul's way of shaking off the dust, a spark that turns ordinary moments into treasures, by Day Hawkins.
Lord, please make it happen in the most impossible way, so they know it's only you who could have done it.
Being awake isn't a blessing, it's a burden. Only the strongest of souls can wake up every day and see the whole world sleeping around them and still carry on as if it's normal.
Galatians 6, verse 9. Even when the journey is long, do not grow weary. God is strengthening you for every step, and His grace will carry you through.